Look at that. I think that looks pretty good right there. Those tomatoes have cooked down. Tell you what, it's hot. It's gonna be hot.
I'm Joseph Brooks, and this is Lawyer in the Kitchen.
Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make, let me get this right, toasted, tangy, green tomato. No, let me try again. Okay, toasted, tangy, green tomato chili. And our ingredients are green tomatoes that we're going to roast. Probably actually going to cook them on the flame. It has a pound of hamburger. It has pinto beans. We're going to use about a pound of that. The three spices we're going to use is about 2 tablespoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of coriander, ground coriander, and 2 tablespoons of ground chili. If this isn't hot enough, I may add some cayenne to it. I don't want to detract from the tomatoes though. We're going to put in 2 jalapeno peppers, 5 cloves of garlic, and we're going to garnish, we got some onions. I'm going to garnish with red onion, avocado, and limes. This is a test for everybody. And then finally with cilantro. So, green tomatoes, there is such a thing as a ripe green tomato. This is not, okay? And these dishes actually all came from, this is so funny, because everybody thinks of fried green tomatoes, and you would say that's a southern dish, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Not, okay? It's not, because the growing season up north is, shorter than it is here in the south. The dish actually comes from up north, northwest, northeast, but this actually, like the fried green tomatoes, actually comes from Jewish immigrants in the 1800s. So this is not a southern dish, although it has become popular in the South probably from about the 1970s. We're going to start by browning our hamburger. And when we do that, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. I get my wife to find that red pepper mill. That's the pepper mill she couldn't find when she was hijacking Lawyer in the Kitchen. That one. So I'm going to try toasting these because I really want them to be charred. Now, I've not done a tomato like this. This thing may actually end up blowing up, but we'll see. I mean, probably the best way to do this is put it in the oven about 450, 400, somewhere in there, and then just watch it. It'll also help cook the tomato. This may pop open. I have no idea. We're going to find out. So we're going to add our spices. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. That's about that. 2 tablespoons of oregano. I may not put that much in there. That's close enough. And 2 teaspoons of coriander, ground coriander seed. That's about that. Add our onions. Get our jalapenos in there. And then the only other thing we need to do is the garlic. You could start with dry beans, but I'm just getting a can of these. I'll put these in at the end because they're cooked, obviously. So right before we're ready to serve, we'll put the pinto beans in. This is a little bit more than a pound. We'll put most of that can in. I've got the green tomatoes all cut up, and I've got the garlic's getting ready to go in, and then we're going to switch this from the skillet to a stock pot. That smells good. We'll check the flavor on this after we get everything together and the tomatoes have started to cook down. By the way, there's 6 cups of chicken stock. I'm going to use a chicken base to make that. So I'm going to transfer this now to a stock pot. You could have done everything, but I like to cook and saute and brown in a skillet. Not that you can't do it in anything else, but cast iron just seems to be better altogether, in my opinion. That smells good. And it definitely doesn't have too much oregano. So we've got this in here. I'll get the rest of that in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put this is 3 cups of chicken stock. I'm going to make some more. And the base is there, and I've actually got enough base in there to just put a little more in. Just water for that because I had plenty of base in there. I'm also going to use up this chicken broth that I started on yesterday. This will be one of the few times in our house where we haven't thrown this away in 2 weeks. So I feel good about that. And now we're going to put the tomatoes in with all the crust on there. Don't lose any of that. We want all that in there. That's the roasted part. I think if I was going to do this again, I would actually put these in the oven after doing that because I think we'd get more toasted to them. I'd broil them, or just the oven's fine. The thing about broiling is you can burn them really quickly.
But doesn't that put the char on it?
It does put the char, but so does the oven. It just takes longer, but it also cooks them. And the broil doesn't really cook them. It's kind of like putting the char on with the stove. That really didn't cook them any. All right, we're not going to lose any of the char. See that sitting on top of there? It looks good. Put a little fire on it. And once this gets going, we will let it simmer for 2 hours. So we've been cooking for 2 hours. Now, Sharon's always giving me a bunch of junk about looking at the camera because I'm looking over here, talking over here, talking over here. I'm trying to look. Yes, I got it. All right, so here we're going to put the beans in now, the last 2-3 minutes. I'm not a total bean fan on some of this stuff, but this is going to be good. I will tell you this, I've already tried this. I'm not adding anything to this. This is tangy, tasty. I'm going to turn it off. It's got just the right amount. We'll put a few beans maybe on the side. I saw a picture of this done very nicely. All right, I got to grab the cheese. So we're going to grate just a little bit of cheese. And that's plenty right there. And then here comes the thing. The avocado. I have no idea if oh, look at that. We're in the ballpark. Let's see if this thing comes apart. Now here's the one thing. I always like to watch these guys do this. Okay, you ready? I can see my finger going. This ain't coming out of here. This could have been, it could have been a little riper. I mean, that's part of it. I looked for, I went through, I must have, grabbed 15 or 20 of these things, and none of them were really, really ripe. Okay, and then getting this skin off, look.
Every chef in America is having a stroke right now.
They ought to.
This is terrible.
This is great. What are you talking about?
This is how I would do it, and I'm not a cook.
Well, if it's riper, it's so much easier.
Yeah, this was...
There's no question about that. Okay. So we're going to do... You can have some of those cut and try that, see what you think. I think I'm going to cut this.
Good. It's just not real right.
It's just not real right. That's all right.
But it's good.
All right, let's do this. Let's get a... Look at that. I think that looks pretty good right there. Those tomatoes have cooked down. Tell you what, it's hot. All right. Now, we're going to put a little bit of some onions, like right in here. I'm going to put a few more beans on it, like right in here. Put this avocado there. some cilantro here. And some cheese right in here. And I think that's it. I think that is it right there. What do you think?
I think that looks great.
All right, let's try this. Okay? Come on in here and get this. It's going to be hot. You know, this is totally different chili. It truly is. The green tomatoes are tangy. They're very tangy. There's a little bit of that toasted taste. I still think I'd have been better off putting them in the oven. Got a little heat from the jalapeno. The beans are actually good. I'm not really a pinto bean fan, but this is good. I'm happy with it. Come have a bit. See if you can't taste the zing on that. That's nice. Isn't that good? Totally different.
Good.
Totally different. I mean, it's just totally different. I love it. So listen, if you like this video, even if you hate it, I don't care. I do care. Subscribe, please, and like it. And I'll see you next time on Lawyer in the Kitchen.